ignore the background. I have Rowan, aka Izzy, on the other line. I know this is going to be really, really loud on your guys' end, but I could care less. My model also probably broke. I don't know, because I don't have pulled it up. Chapter 3. Oh my god. It's the weekend! Me, Stella, and Starlight are planning to go hang out at the festival for the weekend. Now, of course, when Stella and Starlight suggested it, I kind of panicked, thinking of how many people would be there. Nevertheless, I thought about it more, and thought, what if I missed out on an important moment in my life? So I decided to go with my friends and Castor. I know I didn't mention him, but I kind of forgot that he was coming. The thing is, I've never met him. Yet, Stella said that she's known him for years. Based on what she said, he seems rude and cold. But I'm gonna give him a chance, since most people don't know the true story of someone. I should also listen to what he has to say and his words to understand what he likes and prefers. One day we finally got there. I stayed close to Starlight and Stella and Castor. Starlight and Stella as Castor walked by Stella, not saying anything. He's quiet, like me. Maybe he's not so bad after all. As we were walking, Stella finally spoke up. Well, this is kinda awkward. How about we get to a quieter corner of the festival so we can introduce Castor to you two? Her voice rang out. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Starlight answered in a normal tone. Castor and I just stayed silent. We walked over to a quiet corner of the festival to be away from all the noise. Castor leaned against the brick wall to whatever building that was, and Stella stood next to him as me and Starlight stood next to each other. Honestly, now thinking about it, Stella and Castor seemed like a great duo, due to them both being more, well, closed off. I honestly don't blame them. Stella spoke up. Alright, so Starlight and Luna, this is Castor. He's a good friend of mine, and hopefully at some point, good friends of both of you as well. Castor finally looked up from his feet and looked at me. Then at Starlight, still not saying anything though. Starlight spoke up. Castor, huh? That's an interesting name. Though it sounds a lot like Casper. Starlight's voice wasn't loud enough to not startle him. He looked at her and sighed. His deep voice rang out. I would rather you not compare my name to Casper. His voice was kinda cold, but not in a hateful way. Though it seemed like he was insecure about it. Maybe many, and then my thoughts were cut off by Olivia Moscow, the biggest bully known in our school. Oh look! Casper and the three weirdos. Of course you're hanging out with them, you ugly outcast. Olivia's horrible high-pitched voice rang out, teasing. Stella spoke up. Screw off, Olivia. Mind your own business. Stella's harsh tone rang out. Olivia gasped dramatically. Oh my, the purple firecracker is standing up for Casper. Her harsh tone cut through like a knife. I stayed silent, unsure of what to do. I wanted to speak up, even though I didn't know what to do or say, so sadly, I stood there with swirling thoughts of wanting to help, except I was too scared to say or do anything. Castor spoke up with his deep, conflicted voice. Back off, Olivia. He looked at Olivia, ready for her insults to continue, but they didn't. She just stood there for a moment, and then walked away. That was weird, Starlight whispered, standing next to me. Castor looked at her silently, giving her his attention to show that he was listening, though he stayed silent. Later, when we were going to leave, we realized Castor wasn't standing with us, and we didn't know where he was. He's probably just in the bathroom. My brain said about 40 times to me. I still couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I'll text him and ask where he's at, Stella told me. And Starlight assuringly as she pulled out her phone and typed quickly. He replied, almost immediately. I'll meet you 3 at the entrance in a minute. Well, waiting was simple enough, right? We waited, and waited. And when he finally came up to the entrance, his nose was bleeding as if he had been punched or hit in the nose. Starlight spoke up. What happened? She changed her stance to a more worried stance, and he stood there looking at us 3 for a moment. He finally spoke up. Olivia's stupid boyfriend punched me. It's nothing, though. Really, I will be fine. He wiped some of the blood away with his hand. Starlight looked horrified and I'm sure I was making the same face as her. I have a handkerchief in my bag if you need it, my voice rang out. I kind of paused, taking a moment to question if I really said that. No, it's fine. Thank you, though, he replied in a simple tone, though not harsh. And the group, including me, started walking back to the sidewalk to walk back to the neighborhood where we all live. Not that long into walking, Starlight went home, due to her house being right there at the start of the road. Castor kept trying to wipe away the blood, except it kept coming out. But before we knew it, Olivia's boyfriend Arlo came out of nowhere and tackled Castor to the ground. Castor took another blow to the face, and Olivia and one of her minions grabbed me and Stella. Castor kicked Arlo in the stomach and pushed him up, forcing Arlo to stand. Castor pulling himself up not so far after. Someone off in the distance hollered at Arlo, making him, Olivia, and her minions run off. Once again, Castor wiped blood from his nose. I can't believe I let my guard down. I should know not to at this point. His sadder-sounding voice rang out as he walked away from us, stepping towards his house. I'll see you tomorrow. He went inside his house, and that was just how the night ended. Because honestly, I fell asleep right when I got home. Which, honestly, I don't know how that all didn't keep me awake till morning. The next day, got up, got ready, and was sure today would be fine. Of course, I didn't fully believe that. I was just telling myself that to keep my body calm.